the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, visitors, viewers sitting with us as and now through Nithyananda TV and Sadhana TV, Lotus News Channel, Ishwar TV and two-way video conferencing all over the world. Two-way video conferencing, 28 places having Nayana Diksha in 25 countries around the world as per the statistics this moment. And I welcome all of you with my love and respects. And cities sitting with us as on now: Toronto, can you wave? Yes. Paris, Home Temple, St. Louis, Studio City, California, Oklahoma, Sharjah, Kuala Lumpur, Parani, Guadeloupe, Houston, San Jose, Seattle, Ohio. Seattle, you guys are able to hear? Yes. Los Angeles, Charlotte, Tiruvanmiyur Dhyanapidam, Jorpati, Nepal, Oman, Sivagangai, Redmond, Washington, Singapore, Monterey, Hong Kong, Calgary, Devon, East London, Dubai, Hyderabad, New York, Varanasi, Indrani, New Jersey, Enriching Temple, Nithyananda Nagar, and Hong Kong, Sirgari, Calgary, Alberta. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today, as part of the Navaratri Brahmotsava, the 7th day, Venkateshwara is gracing us on Mayura Vahana with Sridevi and Bhoodevi, 2 consorts, and the other side, the Navaratri Brahmotsava is happening. The Devi is gracing as Gajalakshmi in the form of Gajalakshmi, with Lakshmi and Saraswathi serving both the sides. Today, the Brahmotsava is proceeding on the 7th day. Let's bow down to Venkateshwara and Devi for gracing us on this auspicious day. Today I would like to expand on just 2 important truths. Yesterday I was continuing on how the ultimate spiritual truths should be understood, not in the language of yes, no or yes or no. It has to be understood in the multiple, infinite permutation combination. Please understand. Do not resist does not mean accept. I wanted to bring just these 2 important facts today, important truths for all of us to contemplate whole day. Whether you feel you are powerless, bound, or you feel powerful, liberated, both is decided inside your strategy planning. Please understand. Whether you feel bound or you feel liberated, both does not get decided based on how you are able to proceed in your life. I wanted to remind this fact. The external happening, whether it is a success or failure, does not directly contribute you feeling powerful or powerless. If you think the external happenings contribute for you feeling powerful or powerless, that is what I call wrong context, incompletion. Please understand. Even if you feel powerful, excited, energetic, blissful, if you think external happening is the reason for that joy, for that powerfulness, for that excitement, for that bliss, you are having joy out of wrong context, it will not stay with you. It is not going to become lifestyle in you. Not only the right experience, the right context is needed. So whether you feel powerful or powerless, whether you feel excited or depressed, whether you feel rich or poor, whether you feel healthy or sick, nothing comes from external happening. It is the experience of you having about you. Please understand. Yesterday I was giving one example. The Indian PWD, Public Works Department, they never go to the ground when they plan for a road. They sit in their air-conditioned office and finish the whole road planning. The person who goes there to lay the road, only he finds out, in this place you don't need a road, you need bridge. In this place you don't need a bridge, you need a road. In this place the monument, protected monument is standing, the road has to take turn. They never bother to go to the ground reality to check whether their decisions are right or wrong. Same way, we never bother the ground reality to check whether our decision that we are bound or liberated is right or wrong. Please understand, the ground reality which can really make you understand whether you are bound or liberated is the context with which you continue your thinking. The understanding with which we move our consciousness, the cognition with which you function, the cognition with which you act, the cognition with which you cognize who you are to you. Please understand. The idea you carry about you, the inner image, the idea you project to others about you, the outer image, the gap between these two, brings tremendous self-condemnation and disrespect to yourself. When you see a gap between your inner image and your outer image, instead of completing, bridging, you start condemning. Condemning is like pulling a rope which has a knot. See, a rope has a knot. You try to pull both sides strongly to remove the knot. Is the knot going to be released? No. Same way, the disrespect or the self-condemnation is not going to complete the gap between inner image and outer image. All I am trying to tell you is, first, do not resist this gap. I am not saying accept. No. I am not saying accept. Do not resist this gap. Only when you don't resist, you will start moving in the right direction. You will start having right strategy planning. Please understand, when you drop the resistance, the first thing will happen in you. The self-condemnation, the disrespect will start melting down. As long as the disrespect is kept alive, because you don't respect yourself, you create larger and larger outer image. The outer image, when it becomes more larger and larger, you know your inner image is not matching with it, and the disrespect also becomes more and more. So it leads to a vicious circle. Bigger outer image means naturally bigger disrespect yourself. And the gap, when it widens between your inner image and outer image, the experience you go through is what I call hell. Hell and heaven are not geographical, they are psychological. When there is more disrespect, naturally you can't sit with yourself, you can't digest you. You can't digest your own existence. Then naturally, where will you reside? Where will you rest? The resting place is, come on, let's create a bigger image. Bigger image out of wrong context is not going to be solving your life, not going to be leading to more and more completion. The completion happens when your inner image, your idea about you, and the outer image, the idea you project to others, when these two are bridged. When these two are bridged, only then completion happens. Please listen. Completion is enlightenment. Completion is enlightenment. Just today morning I was contemplating the idea which I was explaining yesterday. Do not resist. How it directly loosens the stress level you carry, how it directly contributes in your health, in your wealth, in your feeling joyful, contentment, feeling powerful, creative, alive, awakened. Please understand. Now I am going to throw a very important truth, very subtle truth. You can't afford to miss a single word. I'll explain it with the technical terms, then expand. The resistance you carry towards anything, you may be resisting poverty, you may be resisting aging, you may be resisting disease, you may be resisting powerlessness, you may be resisting your fear, you may be resisting legal problems, you may be resisting social problems. Whatever you resist, unfortunately, you create negative attachment with it. If you have an attachment, the effects and side effects you know very clearly because it is straightforward. But if you have a negative attachment, you do not know the effects and side effects of negative attachment because it is not that straightforward. I am telling you, the negative attachment creates at least 10 times worst side effects than positive attachment. Positive attachment is something like, I want this. Negative attachment is this should not happen in my life. Understand, the negative attachment constantly keeps you in a powerless space, in a powerless mode. Your psychology functions in a very powerless way. You need to know the cognition of powerlessness, constantly remembering you do not want something and it is pushing itself in your life. I tell you, anything you resist will persist. Even if it does not come in your life, you will experience as if it is happening again and again in your life. If you are afraid of snake, in your whole life you would have seen the real snake maybe once or twice only. But every day you will be remembering snake at least 200 times. How many of you cognize this? See the fun. In reality, you would have seen the snake only twice or thrice in your whole life. But now that we are living in the cities, the possibility to see the snake is almost zero. If you want to see, you may have to go to some zoo. But your fear of snake makes you see the snake, remember the snake 200 times a day. 200 times a day, you have a panic attack, which leads to multiple disorders, physical and mental. So without even seeing a snake, just by the memory of the snake, you die. That is what is the power of resistance. Please understand. If you are afraid of snake, you may see the real snake in your whole life only once or twice if you are fortunate. But just the remembrance, memory can make you so powerless and kill it. I am not saying accept the snake biting or the side effects of the snake, after effects of the snake. No. All I am saying is stop resisting. When you drop the resistance, the fear will start melting down. Please understand. For a RCC pillar to stand, the steel rod inside is very important. Same way, for a fear to stand, the resistance inside it is very important. Resistance is the steel rod for the fear pillar. If the fear is considered as the RCC pillar, resistance is the steel rod which keeps the pillar standing. When you melt the resistance, fear melts down. You remembering the snake will drastically drop from 200 to 20. In few days, when the resistance completely melts down, you will be complete with your fear. I tell you, the side effects and after effects of the resistance, any resistance it may be, the resistance you carry towards poverty, towards disease, towards psychological problems, towards the fighting in the in-house, towards the relationship conflicts, or the resistance you carry towards your boss in the office, any resistance builds a fear pillar in front of you and makes you feel constantly powerless. The biggest problem is, when I say do not resist, you start thinking, then Swamiji is asking me to accept. How can I accept my wife? No. How can I accept my boss? No. Because you feel if you accept your boss or wife, that you lost the game. You became powerless. Please understand. I am not saying accept. I am not saying accept. No. I am saying do not resist and see the side effect and after effect of non-resistance. Acceptance is also one more ego process where you need to sit and reconcile, console yourself. There will always be unconsoled part of you which is incomplete, which will say, no, I will practice all this acceptance after I complete my fight, my side of the fight. So many times she did this to me. I will do this next 2 days, then I will practice all this acceptance. That's the usual mind. Understand? Because acceptance is one more ego game. You will never be successful in the acceptance. Especially today, the subject we are going to deal whole day, the process we are going to work, where the life happens to us. Please understand. Where the life happens to us, for you to experience the truth, the non-resistance is a very important catalyst. The non-resistance is a very important catalyst for you to discover the reality, the truth, where life happens to us. We will have the session when we experientially go through this game. Today we will have a unique game to find out where the life is happening to us. Because only if you know where the life is happening, you can work on it. You can understand it. You can analyze it. You can design as you want. You can create your own reality. For you to create your own reality, the reality you wanted, you need to know where you are standing. You need to know where the life is happening. So, today whole day, we will work on this one truth. Where is life happening to us with the cognition of non-resistance? I will continue to expand in the further satsangs how you resist non-resistance. No, the ideas, the questions which makes you resist non-resistance, I will answer all of them and help you to complete. Then you will be able to practice this truth, live this truth experientially. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapītam, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.